The Children's Television Workshop presents Square One TV, show number 139, produced at Unitel Video in New York.
Hello, I'm Lady Audrey Huxby, and welcome to the travelogue So-fari, So-goodi. Today, I'm going to tell you all about my trip to Africa, where I went to feed the elephants. I began my journey at 127 Elm Street, Cincinnati, Idaho, zip code 38201. When I got to Iowa, I discovered that I'd forgotten my camera and had to return to 127 Elm Street, Cincinnati, Idaho, zip code 38201. But soon I was once again on my way to Africa to feed the elephants. When I arrived, I spoke with my host, Jungle Clyde. But you must have my reservation, Jungle Clyde, because I sent you the money for the jungle tour quite some time ago from the United States. Oh, I know, but you must have it.
Oh, Lady Audrey Huxby. I'm Jungle Clyde. You've been talking to my pet monkey, Spot.
Oh, charmed, I'm sure. Oh, as soon as to meet you, Jungle Clyde. When can we get started? I'm so excited about feeding the elephants.
Oh, we can go right away. Tell me, do you know where you are going?
Of course not. I've never been here before in my life. That's why I signed up for a jungle tour, so I could be guided.
Oh, and tell me, what are you going to feed these elephants?
Why? Peanuts, of course.
Peanuts? Oh, they look delicious.
Well, I grew them myself.
Oh, I didn't know that you could grow peanuts in Idaho.
Oh, yes. It's one of the few things you can do in Idaho. Oh, I'm feeling so anxious about feeding the elephants. I feel as though the vapors are coming on.
Now, before we start, you're going to need a map to show you how to get into the jungle.
Oh, very well. How much is it?
I'll sell it to you for half your peanuts plus one.
Half my peanuts plus one?
Yes, it's a busy day, Lady Huxby. Take it or leave it.
Well, you drive a hard bargain.
No, I used to drive a hard bargain. Now I drive a Land Rover.
Well, there you are. Half my peanuts.
Plus one.
Plus one. Now, let's see. According to this map, the deep of the jungle is this way. I hope you have a very pleasant afternoon, Jungle Clyde. I certainly intend to. Goodbye.
Goodbye, lady. Write us if you get work.
Square One TV's roving reporter asks another mathematical question of the person on the street. Today's question, what is a Google?
A Google? A Google might be something like a gaggle, I guess. A gaggle is a gaggle of geese, so I guess a Google would be maybe just one goose.
A Google is a bunch of giggles.
It's one number higher than infinity.
I got an idea that a Google will be something from a jock who stole on the SeaWorld thing that he would just bring up.
Google? Well, this is like what a baby says.
What you do with your eyes.
It's higher than infinity.
A Google, as far as I know, is 10 times to the 10th to the 100th power. It's a 1 followed by 100 zeros.
10. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. 1 million. Times 10 times 10 times 10. Google. hours, I haven't found one single elephant to feed. Oh, it's you! But how did you...
Branch office. Hey, Alstrix, how's it going? Would you like to buy a swell souvenir? How about this groovy get-down funky reggae tape? Or these little Statue of Liberty hats? Or better yet, this keen So-fari, So-goodi t-shirt, eh?
No, thank you, but I do have a complaint.
Spot handles complaints.
I haven't found one single animal on my entire trip. I'm sorry, I didn't understand that.
Spot says, how can you expect to find the animals if you don't have a map to where the animals are?
But I do have a map.
No. You have a map which tells you how to get into the jungle, see? Now, if you had this map, it would tell you how to get to the animals.
How much?
Half your peanuts plus 2.
Oh, very well. Here we are. Half my peanuts plus 2. There you are.
Thank you very, very much, Lady Oxley. And there you are. Have a very nice hunting.
Oh! I've never been so insulted in my entire life.
Oh, I'm sorry, lady. Don't go away. Don't get. He's just a kid. But you have got to watch your mouth.
It was really a big thing to me when you gave me your number. I'm not kidding. And I know that it must have meant something to you or you wouldn't have made the effort. Problem is, I'm having a little trouble putting it in my book. Because your number isn't like just anybody's number. Your number starts with 1 and has 100 zeros after it. Well, I called the operator for assistance, and she said, "That's a Google you've got there." Well, I nearly hung up because she's never even met you. What does she know? Anyway, she told me how to write it down so that it fits in my book. So now, Google, now I've really got your number.
Google, it's not just any number.
So, I suppose I'll have to buy yet another map.
I'm afraid so, Lady Audrey. You see, you want to feed the elephants. Therefore, you need a map that takes you directly to the elephants.
But the map you just sold me...
Oh, that's a general map. You see, that is a map which took you to the animals. What you want is a specific map, such as this one, which would take you to the elephants.
But you don't understand. I'm running low on peanuts. Don't you take traveler's checks?
Oh, no. I have schnozzlophobia.
Oh, I'm sorry. What is it?
It's the fear that the man from American Express will come and blow his nose all over my handkerchief. Please, lady, Audrey, buy this map to the elephants. It's an excellent map. Take you right to them.
Oh, very well. I've come this far. How much is it?
That will be half your peanuts plus 3.
Oh, all right. Half my peanuts plus 3. Here you go. Here you are. Oh, dear. But that only leaves me with 4 peanuts. I can't go to the elephants with only 4 peanuts. It might offend them.
No,
No,
please, lady.
please. No sympathy. No pity. I'll be all right. Eventually.
Oh, good golly gosh. Oh, Spot and I feel terrible, Lady Audrey. Yes, we have a proposition for you.
Oh, lay it on me.
I will give you this map to the elephants, as well as all the peanuts which you gave me, if, and only if, you can tell me how many peanuts that is.
Oh, that's impossible. I gave you half the peanuts plus 1, and then... Oh, it can't be figured out. It's impossible.
Oh, no. It can't be figured out, Lady Audrey. It is not impossible. In fact, I will give you this souvenir, Jungle Clyde souvenir doodle pad and marker to help you figure it out. I have to be leaving soon, but if when I return you have figured out the problem, we will give you everything back.
Well, Are you sure it can be solved?
Absolutely. In fact, I will leave Spot here with you to help you figure it out. Go with Lady Audrey. Here you go. Oh, he's pretending to be shy. He's such a lady killer. There you go. Well, I am off to the football game now.
You're going to a football game? Who's playing football in the jungle?
Oh, why, the Lions and the Bengals. Mind the store. Bye-bye.
Well, I suppose if the problem can be solved, I must try and solve it. I'll just muddle ahead. Perhaps I can figure out what's been going on by drawing a diagram.
This much of the show has gone by. That means there is this much to come.
Started with some peanuts. Gave him half plus one more. Gave him half again and two more. Gave him half again and three more. That left me with only 4 peanuts. Maybe I can solve this problem by working backwards. Oh, I thought you'd like that, Spot. Now, let's see. The last thing Clyde took from me was 3 peanuts. The opposite of subtracting 3 is adding 3. That means I had 7 peanuts. Oh, good. Isn't that nice? Where does that leave me, you ask? Well, I had 7 after Clyde took half my peanuts. The opposite of taking half is doubling. I had 14. And before that, Clyde took 2 peanuts. That means I had 14 plus 2. That makes 16. And before that, 32. Oh, it's working. It's working, darling. Aren't you pleased? Yes, so am I. Now, just before I bought the second map, what did I pay for the first map? Oh, yes. That's right, Spot. You know, I'll learn to try to understand you. I'm having a darn swell time. Now, I gave him 1 peanut. I must have had... Yes, that's it. I must have had 33. And 2 times 33 is 66. Oh, I started with 66 peanuts. Oh, and I have 4 left. 4 left. So that means I gave Jungle Clyde a total of 62 peanuts.
Oh, go, team, go. Oh, hi, Spot. Any calls? Oh, shucks. Well, Lady Audrey, tell me, how has your problem-solving been going, eh?
Wonderfully well, thank you very much. And I have solved the problem.
Oh, I'm so very happy. Tell me, what is the answer?
You have 62 peanuts. Hand them over, point me toward the elephants, and give me the maps.
Oh, golly gosh.
I am right, aren't I?
Oh, yes, I had 62 peanuts.
Had?
Yes, well, you see, I got rather hungry at the game
and you ate them.
Right again.
Oh. Now I'm going to have to feed you to the elephants.
Oh, but you can't.
Why not?
They're vegetarians.
Soon my travelogue was ended, and I left Africa and returned home. And no, of course I didn't feed Jungle Clyde to the elephants. I fed him to the football teams, the Lions and the Bengals.
Hello, Bureau of Missing Numbers, Terry Ryan speaking. A missing number? Name? No, not your name, the numbers. 10. Can you tell me a little bit about 10? All right, yes, it is an even number. No, all this information is very, very useful when you're looking for a missing number. Anything else you can tell me? No, it definitely is not a prime number. Prime number has exactly 2 factors, itself and 1. 10 has factors of 2 and 5 as well as 1 and 10. Holy Toledo. 10 is a triangular number? You certainly are right. It's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is 10. It is a triangular number. It's also 1 more than a multiple of 3. get a load of this. It's also the sum of 2 squares, 9 plus 1. Oh, we're getting someplace now. Now, is there anything else you can tell me? Anything at all? Uh-huh. Yes, 10 is a factor of 60. You just never know when that can come in handy. Please, just grab a hold of yourself, calm down. Rest assured, I will bring back that little number 10, or my name isn't... Hello? Hello? Oh.
Terry Ryan was off in search of the missing number 10, a search that could take years, but it didn't. In a moment, the results of that search. The missing number was found impersonating a movie star, Oil Derrick. It was returned to its rightful place in society between the 9 and the 11. And so Terry Ryan stamped closed on another missing number file.
Burger place, I'm gonna eat those burgers and stuff my face. I'm gonna shake and fry, so much and much. I say, Marky D, I love my lunch.
Hey, guy, what'll it be? A burger today, or 2 or 3?
Well, let me see. Monday, I had a burger, shake and fry. Tuesday, 3 burgers, shakes and fry. Wednesday, 6 burgers, shakes and fry. Thursday, 10 burgers, shakes and fry. Today, I'll have a... And I'm hungry.
0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15.
Those guys love triangular numbers. I wonder how many they'll eat tomorrow.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names made up, but the problems are real.
9:43 a.m. and dry in Los Angeles for a change after the torrential rain sent the mud cascading down the hills to squelch the canyon brush fires. We were working on a series of robberies being committed by an escaped gorilla named Grunt. My partner is George Franklin. The boss is Thad Green. My name is Monday. I'm a mathematician. We decided to look at a couple of scenes from yesterday's show to refresh our memories. When solving a problem, it's good to make sure you haven't missed something, even a little something. Jane told us that gorillas don't walk on their hind legs. So when Pi Balboa, the pizza store owner, told us he had footprints to show us, Jane said,
That's just it. Gorillas don't really walk on their hind legs like they do in the movies. They walk on all fours, so there'd be sets of footprints.
But then a phone call really threw a monkey wrench into our case.
Mathnet, frankly. Are you sure? What time was that? Uh-huh. Was he out of breath? I see. Then it must not have been he. Thank you. Crime in Entlease.
What?
Our gorilla was spotted at 10:05. He was picking oranges in the backyard of a house on Scenic Drive in that new project. You know, the step development in the Hollywood Hills? The lady yelled and the monkey left.
Now, there's no way one gorilla could be in two places at the same time. So what does that tell us?
Grunt has an accomplice.
George, we're dealing with two gorillas.
We've checked every zoo in a 3-state area, and all of their gorillas are present and accounted for.
So where did the second gorilla come from?
It's a mystery.
Any ideas, Jane?
Nuh-uh, but the last one sounds like Grunt.
What do you mean?
The lady scared him and he ran away. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Kate, I was just thinking. Remember what you said in Monday's episode?
That was a long time ago, George. I said a number of things.
I mean about the gorilla, remember? You said it might be a man dressed in a gorilla suit.
But I was wrong. Grunt is missing from the zoo. Maybe it was Grunt and a man in a gorilla suit. George, try Fox Costumes and see if anybody has rented a gorilla suit in the past week.
Right.
Debbie, check your files and see if we have a record of a person or persons committing crimes while wearing unusual costumes.
What can I do?
Accept my apology. I should have been listening to you more carefully all along, Jane. I'm sorry. I think you know more about solving this problem than we do.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
Thank you.
Kate, the gorilla suit was rented this past weekend. The guy said it was for a party.
A party?
Uh-huh. Some sort of church fundraiser. The fellow who rented it goes by the name of Janos Prokedzian.
Janos Prokedzian.
Does the name ring a bell?
I know who it is. Janos Prokedzian's the man who gave Grunt to the zoo.
He gave him to the zoo?
Janos used to be a circus performer. He and Grunt were partners.
What were they, stand-up comics? Clowns? Song and lurch team?
Janos and Grunt used to juggle.
Juggle what?
Janos, mostly. Anyway, the circus went belly up.
While they were juggling?
They went broke, and Janos didn't know what to do with his gorilla, so he found a good home for him at the LA Zoo.
Well, that ties the two of them together. But I don't know what that means. Maybe we should pay a call on Janos Prokedzian. Jane, you wait here. Let's roll. We got Janos' address from Fox Costumes and paid him a visit. No one home, George.
Notice anything unusual, Kate? In the air, I mean?
Uh-huh.
Let's go around back. It's either a wild animal or a plumbing problem.
What do you think, George?
It's like a broken wild animal cage.
I think you're exactly right. Let's play What If.
What's what if?
It's a way of using facts to make logical guesses. Now, what do we know for sure?
There are two gorillas, or one man in a gorilla suit and one gorilla.
What if the man is Janos Prokedzian?
I see what you're doing. Okay, well, what if Grunt didn't really escape from the zoo?
But Grunt did escape from the zoo.
We don't know that, Debbie. No one saw him escape.
Right, so what if Janos let Grunt out of his cage?
Right. Grunt would go with Janos. He would remember him.
Uh-huh. And what if Janos locked him in that cage at his house?
But why would he do that?
What if Janos wanted everybody to think that a really ferocious gorilla was committing all the crimes, when it was really Janos in the suit all the time?
That wouldn't explain the map.
What do you mean?
Look at all those sightings. Dozens and dozens of them. We don't know for sure they were all caused by our twosome.
But we know that only one gorilla is missing.
And we know that Janos rented the gorilla suit.
Let's keep working on this together. It's one of the best ways to solve problems. What if he used Grunt on some of the crimes and dressed up in the suit for the other ones?
But what if he didn't use Grunt?
What do you mean?
What if Janos kept Grunt locked up and committed all the crimes himself? He could have done it by robbing a store and jumping into his car.
We haven't any reports of gorillas driving cars around.
He could have taken the head off and put a coat on. No one would have noticed him.
Right. Some of the managers of the store said he ran out the back. He could have had a car parked in the alley.
And what if Grunt escaped?
From Janos, you mean? Sure. Look at the map. These reports and this cluster are robberies.
Yes, George. And these are reports of sighting where the gorilla was scared away.
And they're all within the same area.
And here's Janos' house. They're within a small radius of the place where Grunt might have escaped.
If we're right, and we don't know that we are, but if our hunches are right, we've got to cover this area with our units.
I'll bet we're right. Grunt got away from Mr. Prochetzi and he's out there wandering around loose and he's very scared. We have to get him before something awful happens to him.
Don't worry, Jane, we will. George, organize our special forces.
Right.
Debbie, call the zoo. Have them send some attendants up here with a big truck and some nets.
Right. But what can I do?
I told you. Accept my apologies.
Mathnet, Williams. Yes. Really? That is fantastic news.
Another sighting?
Yes, and you're gonna love this one. The gorilla has come home to roost.
What do you mean?
That was the LA Zoo. Grunt is back in his cage.
Well, Jane, I guess you can go to the zoo and welcome your friend back home.
I'll say he's one smart gorilla. He found his way back to his home away from home. See you later. Grunt would never forgive me if I forgot Faye.
I'll bet.
Mathnet, frankly. Where? I see. We'll be right there. I think we're going to get two gorillas with one stone.
What?
Another sighting. Janos Prochetzian is climbing up the Hollywood sign.
Call the SWAT team. Let's go get that phony gorilla.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? They're getting pretty mathematical about this, huh? Let's have a big hand for them.
9. That must be the middle number. You see, he's thinking right down the middle.
Yes.
100% of Square One TV is a production of the Children's Television Workshop. This program was made possible by grants from the National Science Foundation, the U.S. Department of Education, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation, and the Carnegie Corporation of New York.
Corporate funding is provided by IBM. At IBM, we believe education is the key to the future. We are pleased to help support Square One TV as an innovative way to introduce young people to the exciting world of mathematics.